Hello, Gabrielle. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm so glad that we were able to meet today. How are things going at your current job?
Well, to be honest, it hasn't been the best. As you know, I'm at a theater company, but that's just actually one of my jobs. I'm working several part-time gigs just to make money to get by here. That's the reason why I'm here today, actually. So it's been a little bit rough. It's been a little bit stressful, and I'm really kind of need some more money just to get by with rent and everything. And again, that's why I'm here to talk through things, 'cause I think I need a career change.
Well, I'm sorry that you're feeling that way, but I'm here to help you. So, um, before we continue our session, do you mind if I take some notes? Because it'll help me keep me on track and help me for future sessions with you, so I
Yeah,
don't forget
sure.
things. Okay, good. So a while back, we had a session, and in our first meeting, you shared with me as far as your degree right now. You hold a bachelor's degree, right?
Yes, bachelor's in theater.
In theater, and you did mention a minor in English. Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And so in addition to that meeting that we had last time, I also you did take my plan assessment. Remember when you took that assessment test, and it showed a few interests here. But before I go into that, I also provided a website called ONET Online. How was that for you? What was your experience like when you were searching on that website?
Yeah, it was good. I was able to explore different kind of avenues that I think that I would be interested in. A couple things popped up, which was interesting. One was kind of the legal field itself, which is interesting there. And another one was teaching and education, really. So a couple of those things I could see myself doing. Of course, theater was on the, just because of my thing for theater and with my major, but I really started to notice those two and really started to think about those two areas,
Was
really more the legal and in English and higher education.
Okay, so that ONET Online, you saw as far as the the educational background, and you already have a bachelor's degree, and you also saw the as far as the salary range, the type of working condition, and so forth. So you liked all that, and if you felt comfortable with that information. And I know that when you took the My Plan assessment a while back, it did show that you had an interest in law and then also teaching. So when you're saying all this, it does, come together and make sense on that. So so a few things. Um, was there anything, was that surprising to you though? I mean, you have a bachelor's degree in theater and a minor in English, and you're wanting to do, and you had that interest in law. What came about that? What was that, that interest? What is there something in your experience, maybe jobs that you've had that, had that connection with law and teaching? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I'd say in my bachelor's degree, I actually did take a law course. It was more of just like an intro to law, one of those kind of like elective things, just the very preliminary course there. But I grew interested in that and that type of study. Although I did kind of pivot more again to taking more of the higher of the theater classes, everything from my major. But just taking that one course really kind of opened my eyes to like seen a lot of applicable things I could do for that in the future on that, even though I chose not to do that then. But so that was kind of how it was for law, more for that. education side and everything. Now I did take 1 semester of graduate school. Didn't proceed further. The money wise was in there, and then of course I wanted to get working after that. Of course with the job that I have now. But I was a TA, a teaching assistant, so I got to kind of experience that line of work of just grading papers, of helping professor in the classroom. I really liked that. I liked that as well. I thought I could see that as a potential future for me doing that like full time in the future. So I don't know. I mean, that would probably, of course, that would require going back to getting a master's. But again, seeing those two areas, both then getting that law course and then just that little bit of TAing really kind of opened my eyes that these two could be really viable options for me in the future.
Yes, and I know you mentioned, like since law, we do have since you already have a bachelor's degree already, we do have a certificate, an advanced technical certificate in paralegal studies, and that's something, is that something, because that you'll be working in a law
Yeah.
firm. And like I said, you already hold a bachelor's degree, so you would be able to take some of those to take those courses and for our certificate in paralegal studies.
Yeah, that's great to hear, actually. That'd be really interesting. That seems like you would be right up my alley there, especially if that's kind of mainly that more of that certificate line instead of going to the full the course, the degree there for a master's. So that's interesting to know about that certificate. I'd be interested in learning more.
And what area in law? Let's say you do the paralegal certificate. There's so many different specializations, different areas. So what area in law
Yeah. So I
you
was
would?
thinking about that too, definitely a lot. Like, of course, there's a lot of different facets there. I think one that's really pertaining to me is immigration law. Um, that's been a passion of mine. My abuelita, she immigrated to America, brought out her children there, and from Nicaragua to the United States, and so that really instilled in me just that passion, that her tenacity that she did that. And now I just see here, there's so many people who are wanting to get a better life for their kids and everything to get to the US, whether that be undocumented or everything. So being as a way, getting into immigration law to help support them, help protect them, and getting them the legal representation they deserve. So if I were to go into anything in law, I think it would be that, immigration law.
Oh, wonderful. What a wonderful story about your abuelita there. Thank you for sharing that. Um, like I said, I will give you information. I will give you the paralegal program lead advisor, which is Brittany Turner, and I will give you her email so that you could schedule an appointment with her, and she can go over the advisement, the courses with you. Since this a certificate is not as long as the actual applied science degree, so definitely I will get you connected with her so that she can kind of guide you along what courses to take, since fall semesters is almost starting in about a month or so. Um, Also, let's talk about the teaching. You had mentioned teaching. You had some experience in graduate school as a teacher assistant, and so with the if you went on for a master's degree program, what area? Yeah, I know you want to teach, but what area? I mean, you had a minor in English,
Yeah.
so would that be something that you would want to do?
Yeah, I think if anything, it would be English. That kind of drew me to that, and I think there's a lot of areas of research I could really go into. I had some projects that I did as part of my minor there, really researching a lot of different things, and worked with some of my professors on that there. So that really inspired me there. So I feel like if I was going to go pursue this more at a teaching level, I feel like that would really be my passion, would be English.
Okay, well, great. Um, so one of the things that I want to ask you, and what do you see yourself in, in a job setting, your career, you have like you said, you're interested in law and the English, and I'd say the master's, because are you wanting to teach at the college level? Because right now with a master's degree, if you wanted to teach at the high school level, so is it high school or the college level students?
Yeah, I think it would be college level again, kind of taking what I've done, especially like at from a teaching assistant, teaching other undergrads. We're helping teach other undergrads at least, and so I really think kind of going along that lines. I know I realized that would be a master's, but I'd say that's something in the future that I'd be really interested in doing, teaching college students at the university level.
So what I'm also going to do, we do have a representative from area universities here, and I know them personally, as far as, because they do come on campus, and I could provide you their contact, just at least to give you that information, and okay, this is what I need to do if I wanted to get my master's in English and teach at the college level. So I'll give you the contact person for to talk to, so they could give you more information on that.
That'd be great.
Yes. So as far as looking at both the certificate in paralegal studies and the and maybe master's in English, as far as out of the two, which one do you feel that it's calling you more, that it's like, this is what I could see myself envisioning myself?
I think at least for the short term right now, I definitely want that change to happen, a change in my career, kind of sitting there. And I really do think at that moment, just seeing that there's a certificate for that, seeing that I can get that and attain that kind of right now. And also just kind of seeing my passion for immigration law. I really think that paralegal part would be a really good option for me. That's what I'm thinking now. And of course, in later on, I think I could see myself maybe teaching in the future, but as of now, I'd really like to learn more and dive to see what the paralegal program.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Anything else, what other experiences that you might want to share that you may have? Um, our certificate in paralegal studies, they do have an internship, so that's a good thing there. And they do have a lot of, you do network. We have a great coordinator of the program that can assist you, and also provide you some contacts, as you're taking courses in the certificate program. Anything else that you want to share with me as far as your whole experience, as far as just, like I said, the whole thing, our discussions, do you feel comfortable? Do you feel like this is something that I really want to do? I know that you want to change, because right now that job is kind of, it is hectic, and then I know the hours are pretty hectic, because being, because you had shared with me in our last session, as far as you were working at the Artisan Theater, right?
Yep, it's nearby, but it is just it's long hours. I'm up at 5 a.m. getting ready, for rehearsals and everything, getting the lighting, everything, and then setting up the set and home around 8. So I can't. I need an 8 to 5 strict hours. Would really like that instead of being that. So yeah, I think again, all those experiences really just, I mean, it's good to get that experience, but I've had enough of it, and I really want to change. And thank you so much for your help, because I really do think that this is a good path for me forward, and I'd like to pursue this.
Okay, so just in closing, I just, I'm going to go ahead and send you the email of our lead program advisor for the paralegal certificate, which is Brittany Turner. And then I'm also going to send you our university representative. There's UTA, UNT. I'll send you those, and advisors, and they could tell you more about graduate school if you decide to pursue that route. But so for right now, what we'll do is I like to, maybe see you in a couple of weeks, just to make sure that you did follow through with the contacts and, with Brittany Turner and the university rep. Julie Garcia is very, very wonderful with our students. And then we have Heather Treadway from North Texas, and they both can talk to you about graduate school. And if you're interested in the private universities, I do also have contacts with them. But I'm going to send you that information, and I want to get back with you in a couple of weeks just to make sure how are things, following through, that you communicated with them, and what you're going to be planning to do this fall semester. Anything else? Great. Anything else before we end this session?
I think that's good. I have a plan. I feel like I have a solid plan now. I'm happy about this. I'm going to connect with them, and then I'll look forward to connecting with you in a couple weeks to talk this through again. But I'm excited. I'm excited. Thank you.
Well, I'm so glad you're excited. I'm excited too for you, and I see great things. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you.
Thanks so much, Carolina.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ariel.